So it has a Brew. I was having a lapel mic because it was £6 on Amazon. I thought I may as well try it out. I needed it for a video which I'm going to do in the future, which I was going to do tomorrow, but I can't do that tomorrow because I'm out in Exeter with the family, so that'll have to be put on hold. But anyway, I thought I'd talk a little bit about Facebook Home because that was the thing that came out last week. I probably should have done like a segment on it, but I was like, man, I'm not really interested. But a lot of people were sort of saying, oh, can you give me your thoughts on Facebook Home and this, that and the other, and people have been hassling for me for a video as well all bloody week. When's your next video out? Even though I keep saying it's bloody Tuesday every week. So Facebook Home, let's get straight into it. So Mark Zuckerberg last week did a press event sort of thing, and as part of that he said that people should be at the centre of the phone, not apps. It's all about people. And so the whole point of Facebook Home is to basically hijack your homepage, or your home screen and your lock screen. So Facebook will always be there, and that's kind of the whole point of going through with that. Now a lot of people were saying that Facebook, well, they were going to have like a Facebook OS, which is kind of, I suppose it kind of is, it kind of isn't. It's a bit of a weird one. I suppose it kind of is a bit of a Facebook OS, really, if we're being realistic, because it kind of does embed itself within Android. Now, not iOS, and for several very good reasons. Mainly because of Apple's closed ecosystem, and Mark Zuckerberg has said this publicly. He said, well, he'd love to be able to work with Apple to get Facebook properly integrated and have like a really funky lock screen type effect. But like he was saying, it's just too closed. You just can't. And that's one of the things that Facebook like. I mean, they don't like working with Google, but what they do like about Android is that it's completely open, so you can do whatever the hell you want on it, which is really good. And that's why they want to roll it out to Android phones. And you can actually install it on a selection of Android devices. I'll put a link in the description below of an article and also the list of Android devices you can run it on from the 12th. So that's this Friday, which also coincidentally is my 22nd birthday. So send me bare presents and ting. But yeah, so you can actually install that on a selection of Android devices. It's going to be, I think it's only going to be on the S2. So the Samsung Galaxy S2, the S3, the HTC One, I think a few other One devices as well it's coming to. So it's going to come to a few of those, and so you can actually play around with it on there. And then they're going to bring out their own dedicated phone, which is the HTC First, which is going to have the Facebook Home sort of thing all embedded into it, which is a little bit more than you would have with just like the sort of the app that installs on top of it. And at the minute, you can actually, Modico have got a, Paul O'Brien, I think it's called, from Modico, has got the APK, so you can actually install it early if you really wanted to, before Friday. If you can't wait like 3 days or 4 days, you can actually install it. So it's worth checking out. I'll put a link in the description below, so you can actually install and play around with the Facebook Home. So let's actually go in to see what we actually get with it. You can read some Engadget articles. I'll put a load of articles down below from Tech and Radar on Engadget and places like that, and you can actually see for yourself, because I mean, I'm just going to run through it, but I'm not going to show any pictures because A, copyright bullshit, and I'm just not interested with that shit. So Cover Feed is one of them. Basically allows you to have like your friends at a glance. It has photos and it has stories, is sort of like an all-in-one screen thing, and it sort of swipes through, and that's quite cool. But one of the things that is kind of really good, and I'm going to skip past everything else, is, well, I say really good, I think it's quite cool, is chat heads. Now, it could get in the way, but, bear with me a second. So chat heads, basically, you have, if you're talking with somebody, because what Facebook Home is going to do is it's going to hijack your SMS and put like all your messaging in one place. Unfortunately, not Kik and WhatsApp, but, I mean, if you use Facebook for messaging, then you're fine. If you use other things, then you might be a bit effed, but it's going to basically hijack SMS and Facebook Messenger as well, and it's going to have these things called chat heads. And what it'll do is it'll have like a hovering head on the page or on your screen, and you're in other apps and stuff, and you can, people can message you, and their chat heads will always be there. Now, for me, I think that's kind of annoying because I don't use Facebook like that, and well, I mean, I suppose that's kind of the only thing I do really use Facebook for is an IM now, but that's not my primary IM client. My primary IM client is Skype and Kik a lot of times as well. I mean, Kik's a bit shit, and it's a bit, man, it's for 16-year-olds really, but it does the job, and people can add you really, really quickly. Like, I use it for Skype, for Twitter stuff a lot, because you can just say, right, here's my Kik, just add me, and you don't have to piss ass around with like a load of other bollocks like accepting them and all this other crap. So chat heads for me, would be fucking annoying. It would just annoy the shit out of me. There's no way in hell I'd be able to do that. And yeah, so they like hover on the screen. You're just like, what the why? Why would you do that? It's just like, no. App launcher is getting a bit of a revamp as well. I should get a new app launcher with it, so that's quite. Well, I suppose it's quite good. I don't know. They're sort of like having because obviously they own Instagram now as well. They're going to put that in there. And that, I suppose that's kind of really it. There's not really much more to go on about it, really. So it's going to come out on the 12th, and you can have a look at that. And yeah, I think that's really, this is a really shitty video because I'm not pissed ass around with photos, because the amount of aggro I get from YouTube with bloody press photos is ridiculous, and I couldn't find anything that was bloody royalty free. I couldn't find anything that didn't have a copyright all over it, so I was like, I'm not even going to bother with that. So you'll have to check it out yourself, I'm afraid, because I don't have a press license and because I can't be bothered to bloody apply for copyright permission from Facebook, and you know, it would take me bloody weeks. So I'm not going to bother with that shit. So I'm also going to review on the Speedlink thing at some point. I've also got an Untangle video coming, and I've also got a how to turn your PC into a router, which is going to be my big video, which is going to come up, which is probably going to be like a half-hour video, and I'll probably have to do that. Well, I was going to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to Exeter with the family, so that's not going to happen, so I don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, check out the links down below, and apart from that, I shall catch you in a later video.